Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today is my early morning mom routine, working mom routine that is. So the first thing I do is wake up. It's at 4:30 a.m. sharp. I typically get up and I will switch the load of laundry that I started the night before. This is the best hack that I've had, and this allows me to get not backed up on laundry. I typically do laundry every other day, sometimes every day, just depending on like what it is. But then I'll drink a glass of water after that. This video is going to be super short and sweet, just kind of what I do before my son gets up. And I also work in the morning, so this is just what it is. But I drink this whole glass of water before going to get any sort of coffee or do anything else after I do the load of laundry. Those are two things I hate to do, and so I just do them right away in the morning. And then I was about to use the ice maker, so I decided to close my son's door. It's not an everyday kind of thing, but typically I forget to close his door whenever I wake up. So then I do that whenever I start making my coffee, per usual. If any of you guys drink coffee, please let me know which kind you like. So anyways, I'm making cold brew recently just because it is so hot in Texas here now, and so this is just a cold drink, but it's also coffee, so it's very nice. I don't really drink coffee to like wake me up in the morning. I just typically do it because it tastes good to me. So that's why I drink coffee. So if you're looking at this and you're like, wow, that's literally never going to wake me up, I literally just drink coffee because I like the taste. But anyways, I do cold brew coffee. I have a cold brew maker. It's okay. I wish I had a different one, but this one is, just fine. That's the way it is. But that's what I'm making. I typically make a caramel iced coffee, iced cold brew coffee, and I put a little bit of half and half in there. And so that's what I have for my morning. I used to use like cold foam on top and all these fancy things, but I just honestly don't really like it that much. I just like the simple stuff. I don't really like to make everything too complicated or fancy, or I don't have time to do all the cold foam stuff unless it's like on the weekend, and then I can be a little fancier with my drink. But other than that, I go right into starting work. This is probably, like 4:45 at this point. And then I'm also doing a little bit of We Sponsor stuff, sponsorships for YouTube, things like that, while I'm waiting on my computer to load up. But I work from around 4:45 to around 7:15. This just works for me and my family, and then allows me to be a mom for the rest of the day. So this is something that I truly do enjoy and I appreciate about this job. This job is literally me just reading labels and then answering back people. And then as far as clients go, I talk to them, but we don't really have a lot of meetings. It's more like emails and messages and things like that. So I do that just throughout the day periodically, or things like that. This particular morning, my son slept in, so that was really cool. And also on this particular morning, I got a lot done the day before. So Wednesday, my son slept and took a nap, which never happens anymore. And so I was able to just clock into work and get extra work done. So that way on this morning, whenever I was filming, I had very little work to do. And it was also at a point where I could be done a little bit earlier, so that way I could just have a little bit more alone time, because I don't really get that very much. So it was really, really cool this morning, and it also was helpful because I was recording this morning and I had a plan on recording. So the fact that I was able to get a lot of work done gave me a lot of peace of mind. So you're going to see a different time frame for this video of whenever I was done working, but I immediately get up at 4:30. I tried 4 o'clock, and honestly, that 30-minute difference changes the game for me. I don't feel nearly as tired if I wake up at 4:30, but I always felt so just dragging if I woke up at 4 o'clock, which you wouldn't think that 30 minutes matters, but it does. So I wake up right at 4:30. I take around 10 or 15 minutes to kind of get that stuff arranged, flipping the laundry, checking on the chicks. We have chicks now, so that's what the water or the shavings that you saw in that sink, that was the chicks that I was taking care of. And then from there, I pretty much drink a glass of water, grab my coffee, and I get started with work. I don't have to change because no one sees me. No one needs to know what I look like because they don't actually see me on a video camera or anything like that. I used to have a job that was online where I would do that, but I don't have that anymore, so I have the flexibility to not actually have to get dressed whenever I'm working, which is great. So now this is just what my office looks like. I was just going to show you guys this real quick. I just did a little quick pan over. Those boxes are my husband's on the bottom, but this is what my office is starting to look like. I honestly think it looks really sweet now. It's taken me a while to kind of get used to, but I love seeing the mornings, like the sunrise while I'm working. It is by far one of the most like best things for me to see God's beauty in the morning, and it's just amazing. This is my giant calendar that I love. It's amazing. It's erasable, and it's also not like permanent either, so it's just really nice. And these oil racks, those are actually nail color racks, nail polish racks. I love it. But I'm done working for the day today. Again, it's a little bit earlier than usual, but I bring my coffee into the living room, and just to kind of give you guys a perspective, it's 6:24, it's 6:25. Again, I usually have one more hour of work to do, but not today. My son, if you watch any of my past videos, he has a hatch, and it will turn green whenever you can get out of his room. Again, he's stocked with waters and snacks and toys, so it's not like he's going to be like just bored out of his mind, but it is something that he can just play alone in his room until I'm done with work, and then we can get out of that and we can go play. And so that's really exciting for me. But since I was down a little bit earlier and he was still in his room, he was actually still sleeping today. Usually he's up playing, but he was totally asleep today, and so I took the opportunity to read. Usually I like to read the Bible in front of my son. It's something that I want him to know that I'm doing. I want him to know that I'm always seeking the Lord, and so him being a part of that morning routine, this and working out are the two things that I always try to do in front of my son. Today, again, was just a little bit of a different day, but usually I like to do that because, I don't know, it's just nice. And I like for him to see that and me being intentional with my body and with my mind and with my soul. And so yeah, there's all of that. There's my little, I guess, soapbox, if you want to call it that. But this cute little touch light I got from Temu in that last video that I did with them. And oh my goodness, I love it so much. It is so nice. You can see everything. And it's so bright, and even with the light, it's just nice to have a brighter light. But now I just get dressed. My son is officially awake usually by this point, and he is playing at my feet or running back and forth from his room to our room, and everything like that. I finally got this bathroom painted and done and put together. I showed you guys that in my last video, but it's starting to feel like home, and it's starting to feel better because it is starting to just feel like it's ours instead of it being like just a home that we live in. We have had so many changes and moves since we've been married, like my husband and I, that I've always been so afraid to just start like decorating, or I'll decorate so quickly so that way it's all set up and it feels like our home, but then we end up moving. I don't know if that's making any sense, but I've always just been afraid to kind of really dive deep and get like decorated and settled, because I've always felt like, oh, then we're going to move or do this or that. We had something going on all the time since we've been married. But recently, I've really been enjoying decorating this house because I know like this is our forever house, and so it's been really, really fun. And then right here, I am making the bed. This is something I do just about every morning, just except on Saturdays because I take Saturdays off from all housework stuff. But I just do that, and I think it's just been like one of the best things to do to kind of make my house feel more organized without taking too much time out of my day. Again, my son usually makes his bed, and then things like that. I know I get a lot of comments about, you know, he does too much for his age, but he genuinely... Alright guys, good morning. That is it for today's video. It is almost 7 o'clock, or maybe it's 7:15 right now. I don't know. I'm not too sure. But basically, that is my working mom routine. If you guys don't know, let me just kind of break it down a little bit so that way you guys can know a little bit more about what I do without knowing exactly what I do, because I want that to be private for my family. But basically, what I do is I read food labels for a company, and I approve them or deny them based on what they need on their label. and then that gets sent to the plant that produces it, and then they use those labels on their products. So basically that's what I do in the morning. So that's my whole morning kind of area. Now I work for another company, and I have clients there. Those clients and I meet whenever we can, but typically a lot of it is through email or through text. So I will get back to those people. Their initial meeting has to be in person or virtually through a meeting. So we will schedule that either throughout the day or on the weekend or sometime where it makes sense for them and for me. And so that's what we do there. So periodically this could change. I might have something I need to answer for them, but I, for at least 2 hours, dedicate just to reading the food labels, and then maybe like 30 minutes to an hour, really like 30 minutes, I spend working with my clients, making sure that they have everything that they need, and then I send them either through email or through text everything that they need. So that's kind of what I do there. I personally love what I do, and love the ability to be able to now be a mom for the rest of the day and to not feel the pressure of like having to work throughout the whole entire day. I have pretty much nailed down the schedule really well, and I really, really like it. But, oh, this is what I was going to say. I was trying to think what I was going to say. But the thing is, I have had every type of working mom schedule. I've mentioned this in a lot of videos. I have worked 9 to 5 from home. I have worked outside of the home 9 to 5. Really, like, it was a lot more hours than that. And then I've also worked overnight for another company. I've also been a doula while I've been a mom. I have done so many different things, and I've had so many different schedules that if you are watching this and you're like, that's not at all my life, that's not at all what I need to be doing, that's not at all any of that. I have got so many videos with morning routines based on the schedules that I have had as a mom, because I've had to adjust my morning routine every single morning to accommodate my work schedule. My work schedule and just the line of work that I'm in changes quite frequently. And so I have to also change frequently. So this is my routine now, and I don't plan on changing it really ever unless we have another kid, because it just works really well for us, and I am so grateful for it, because it supplies so much for us. Like, it allows me to get paid. It allows me to have like a normal job, I guess you could say. Like, I can do this at any point in the day that I need to, but I like doing it in the morning, because then now the people that are relying on me, whenever they clock into work, they see everything I've done and they already know what they need. So it makes more sense for me to do it in the morning anyways, but it's allowed me to be home with my son, and it's been a huge blessing. And then any of my Juice Plus customers, I also do that. I know you're like, what the heck? But a lot of my Juice Plus customers, I'll check on their stuff in the morning as well. And for the rest of the day, I'm pretty much free to be a mom. Every now and then we might have a company meeting, which is where I'll sit through that for either company that I work for. And then we just kind of, that's just kind of like as needed. That's not like a daily thing. So that's just kind of like whenever we think that needs to happen, or whenever the company decides that they want a company meeting, and then I just kind of get someone to watch Chase, or he goes and plays during quiet time, and it's like not a big deal. But yeah, we have that, and then I'm trying to think what else. I guess that's it. My other company, like YouTube and this kind of stuff, I do as needed, and I do work on the weekends for that, because it's just extra. It's not something that I think is necessary. Also, a lot of my meal plans and subscriptions and stuff like that, I will do that whenever. So I don't have like a set schedule, because I'm not working for anyone. I'm working for myself. And so that's kind of the thing that changes. Like, this is extra. All of this that I do on YouTube and
nutrition wise, a lot of that is extra. That's not like my main source of work, but it is stuff that it still needs to get done. It still needs to be done appropriately and well. And so that's times where like if my son takes a nap, I'll knock all of that out. Or if I have quiet time and I just have a couple things I need to catch up on, I'll do that then. Or if someone is watching my son, then I'll do all of that work then. So that way I'm not doing that while he's with me, because it's harder, first off, to do. Second off, I feel like it like lessens his quality of life a little bit with being home. And so I just want it to be like a fun thing that we do. Anyways, too much information, but that's basically it. And if you're watching this and you're like, that's not my life at all, I have so many other videos of a 9-to-5 lifestyle that I have lived for as long as I've been a mom. And I have changed my life as far as work and schedules pretty much since I've been a mom. And so I have a bunch of different videos. It has made me a better doula. Oh, that's what I was going to mention, the doula job. I pretty much just schedule people. I don't actually do a lot of the doulaing anymore. But I do still have that. It's very much so alive and well. And I just have more people doing stuff for me instead of me doing all of the work all of the time. So that's been a huge blessing as well. So that's about it. I guess that's it. My book is available on Amazon. If you guys were wondering, I did get a couple comments on Instagram saying that when they did get it in from Amazon, it was wrinkly. Like the packaging and the way that they packaged it was not good. So that's just something to think about if you want to purchase it from like Barnes and Noble or something like that. You can pretty much get it anywhere books are sold. So if you are looking for that, you can look at it on a different website. But on Amazon, I've got only like a few people saying that the way that they shipped it was not good. The book was messed up. So I hope that it's not, and I hope that it all works out for you guys. But other than that, that's all I have for this video. Again, thank you so much for coming along with me. This is what I do before my son wakes up. Sometimes I do read my Bible whenever he is awake and that kind of thing. That's why I save it for last, because it's not like hard. Like I need to get my work done for my company that I work for done first, because they're paying me to do a job and I need to do it well. And so that's what that's done first off. And I do wake up at 4:30. I do go to bed at 9 o'clock, between 9 o'clock and 9:30, to be able to make that happen. If there's like a major project that I'm working on, I will probably get up at around 4 just to have that extra 30 minutes. My son, I've talked about this before, but I'm just going to mention it. He has a hatch in his room, and whenever it turns green, he can come out of his room, which is around 7 o'clock, 6:45 to 7 o'clock, it stays green. So that way, whenever he wakes up, he checks it and he sees that it's green and he wakes up. Typically, he doesn't sleep a lot later than 7 o'clock, but sometimes he does. And just at that time, he'll just come in and come see me. But yep, that's what we have for today. Thank you guys so much for coming back to my channel. And again, welcome if you are new. If you are a work from home mom, in any capacity, whether it's 9 to 5, whether it's kind of like mine where it's more like freelance, things like that. I guess mine's not technically freelance, but I have the ability to change my schedule and change my life on that kind of route. Welcome, and welcome to this type of community, because there's not a lot of content or moms that are out there doing this. There is a lot of moms doing that, but not like working for a company, but working from home, but working in pockets of time that you can. So anyways, again, welcome to this working mom or working from home mom community, and I hope that you have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you guys in my next video.